This is madness, the KTM 1390 Super Adventure S, a fast, sporty motorcycle and yet still so comfortable. You really have to watch the video for this bike. With this motorcycle, dear people, I get genuinely euphoric. There is no way around it. I simply cannot stay neutral here because this thing makes every straight, every corner and every exit feel like an event. I am here at the 1000 PS best time test track. I have ridden more than 100 motorcycles here already, and today, in fresh April temperatures, I am riding 4 different adventure bikes. And the KTM 1390 Super Adventure S is a very strange motorcycle. Almost absurdly fast, packed with comfort, and with a breathtaking shot of adrenaline on top. I still have to find the right words for it. So let us put it into context. Basically, it is a normal adventure bike with insane power, great comfort, and all the features you expect from a touring motorcycle. It is not difficult to handle either. As you sit on it, understand the operating concept and the big display, you choose your riding mode, and you get going quickly. Then at some point you realize, all right, there is no clutch lever. That is because this bike has the automated manual transmission. So you still have a gear lever, but no clutch lever. It feels a bit like a quick shifter taken one big step further. And you can ride the gearbox in automatic or manual mode. In automatic mode, the name says it all. The gears are selected up and down automatically, clutch, shifting, everything happens by itself. In manual mode, you can step in with the gear lever if the bike does not quite do what you want. I tried it here. And this is one of the few motorcycles where I actually rode in automatic mode. Of course, it has disadvantages because the machine does not know what is waiting behind the next corner. But for me, it was the best choice because I could put more energy into choosing my line, staying relaxed, and using that unbelievable performance. And this combination of the automated gearbox, the electronics package with traction control and ABS, this incredible engine power, and a high-quality, stable chassis makes the whole thing unbelievably fast. Do not believe this is all down to you as the rider. It is down to this electronics package as well. Overall, it feels very technical, especially with the automated manual transmission, where even the gear changes are taken away from you. You feel that all you really have to worry about is opening the throttle. But the KTM does this in such a charming way. It takes that responsibility away from you, and what remains can be enjoyed so intensely that it simply becomes fast, easy, and huge fun. It is always difficult when I sit here and talk about the lap time I expect, because I have been wrong before. But considering the low asphalt temperatures around 16 degrees, which is okay for a Bridgestone D33, mentally it is still difficult. It feels cold, and I do not quite have 100% trust. But it felt incredibly fast and I could concentrate on the essentials. It was a truly breathtaking motorcycle experience. I rode 4 different adventure bikes today, and this was the one I got off with the highest adrenaline factor. I would not say it is the best motorcycle for everyone or necessarily the fastest one here, but I got off it properly buzzing with adrenaline, and I have ridden brilliant bikes here like the Ducati Multistrada V4 Rally or a GS with an automatic shifting system, but this one really put me into a rush, and that is something KTM has in its DNA. When you get off a Super Duke or a Supermoto or this adventure bike, it is not standard, not ordinary, and not ironed smooth. It gives you that feeling of, mate, I am the greatest bloke alive, and now I really gave it the beans. You only get that on a KTM. They simply manage it, but in a way where you do not have to fear that the beast will keep throwing you off. That is the amazing thing, even with the huge torque, the huge displacement, and although it sorts the gears for you and cannot always know what waits behind the next corner, the electronics help so finely and precisely that you feel comfortable, confident, and safe. What I did was dose the final adjustment for balance and speed with the rear brake. So when the gear changes were not quite correct, or the revs were not exactly where I wanted them, and when the clutch did not roll exactly as I wanted, I used the nicely controllable rear brake and fine-tuned it from there. And that worked very, very well for me. I have my throttle grip, and with that I give it the beans, and I have my rear brake with which I dose those last 5%, and the rest is done by this miracle thing here altogether. I do not know where the electronics are, probably up there somewhere. I do not know. The engine and the electronics do the rest. Incredibly impressive. I hope the lap time is good because it really deserves it. I am curious to hear what the KTM fans say about this technology weapon. Above all, I am curious whether there are already people who have the new 1390, whether the S version or the R version. Please post your experiences. How are you getting on with this technology weapon? How does it feel to you? Relentless underneath for me. It was a really mighty, brilliant ride, and I genuinely had fun in the saddle. Thanks, people. Bye and Baba. See you next week on 1000 PS TV.